Welcome to another episode of The Candy Show. I'm your host, Candy. We have another special guest in the building. But first, let's talk about some house rules. If you are not following the Candy Talk Show on Instagram, follow that. That's the official Candy Talk Show page. This will be our last IG Live on this page. So please make sure you follow that, put your notifications on. Then also, make sure you are subscribed to the YouTube page. That is capital C and the number 2 at the end, Candy Productions number 2 at the end. Make sure you have your notifications on there. Make sure that you subscribe. Again, hit that notification button. Like, share, comment on this live, any other lives, any other future episodes, guys. So we want to make sure that we get our guests out there. All right, you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, so welcome to the Candy Show, Mr. CEO and founder of Edmonds Music Inc. He's also a singer, songwriter, producer, and we're going to find out what else he got going on. All right. Welcome to the show, Mr. Melvin Edmonds Jr.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Where are you coming from today? What city and state?
Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay. Now, I'm not even about to ask you what the weather is about out down there because I already know it's blazing.
Yeah. On and off. I mean, we get a little break out the week with some rain. But.
Okay. Now, well, I'm in Indianapolis, Indiana.
Okay. Shout out to Indianapolis, Indiana, my hometown.
You were born here?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, come on now. Now, this is the first time I've seen you, met you, and spoken to you. So tell me a little bit about yourself. You just said you are from Naptown.
Yes, as well as all of the other Edmonds. So, you know, I'm the son of Melvin Edmonds, senior of After 7. Also, Kevon Edmonds of After 7. Also, I'm the nephew of Kevon from After 7. Also, nephew of Kenny Babyface Edmonds.
Okay, well, we have some superstar power up in here. We have this lineage going on, and that town is representing.
All day long.
When's the last time you've been in that town?
Ooh, like 14 years ago.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, 25.
Okay. Well, we're gonna skip some of the, common sense questions, but with the lineage, I mean, were you forced into being into the music industry, or is this something that you wanted to do? Tell me a little bit about why you wanted to actually get into it.
Well, it's nothing, not at all. My father never forced any of his kids to be in the music industry. If anything, he had his wish that we would leave the music industry alone. But it's just so happened that, 3 of us chose to be in the industry.
Okay. All right.
It's something that the whole family's always been involved in music, whether we sang or did production behind the music. It's just something that we all knew that we were good at.
Talk about your first time that you were actually placed in the public eye. Tell me a little bit about how that went about.
The first time I was placed in the public eye, when I realized what was really going on, being as a child and being that your mother may be, a celebrity. You don't realize that until the first time you get chased to the car.
Okay, so, you gotta tell me about that.
This is when I was, when I had left Indianapolis. I left Indianapolis at the age of 9. I ended up moving to Los Angeles, California. And one day we were grocery shopping, and you can tell when there's eyes all on you, right? So as we're going through the aisle, people, eyes everywhere, just looking at us, and they're having a conversation. Now, me being 9 years old, not realizing what's going on, they're talking about us. So, it wasn't brought to our attention until as soon as we got out the door all of a sudden people started coming from everywhere. It started from one person coming across the parking lot asking, "Hey, can I ask you a question?" My father looks like, "Sure." And they asked him, "Are you so and so?" He was like, "Yes, that's me." And then it goes from there to the next people, you know what I'm saying, person, and the next thing you know, it's a crowd of people to where, all right, we got to get groceries in the car, we got to get this grocery home because, you know, we got meats, we got, you know what I'm saying, ice cream, stuff like that, stuff that's going to melt. So instead of us sticking around, you know, my father chose to like tell us, run to the car. We're like, what? He's like, come on, run to the car. Because they're all going to ask the same question. And we really don't have that type of time on our hands. So
Okay.
that's, you know, that was
So that was your
my first
first,
time.
okay, first time. Okay. Now, were you scared?
No, as a child, I've always loved the limelight. So I wanted to stay around and see what the commotion was about. But, you know, that's how it is. So, you know, everyone don't like him. My father, he looked at it as, you know, he loved all his fans. He loved the limelight. But, you know, when I'm home with my family, that's what it is.
Talk about the first time that you actually realized that, while this is something that you wanted to do and this was part of your lineage, but what is it that just said, hey, you know what, I need to move forward and pursue this on a serious level?
That was recent. That was, well, you know, I played around with music ever since the age of 18. I've been in multiple groups and this and that, you know. But it really didn't hit home, and it really didn't get real serious to me until my father, you know, he passed away. So, you know, rest in peace. When he went on to his next life, that's when it really got serious to me. It was like, all right, you know, a lot of people say when a person passes on the track, you know what I'm saying, the spirit goes elsewhere, but we know spirit don't die, the spirit only transfers. So I like to believe that there's certain children of his spirit kind of broke off and got a little bit, each person got a little bit of the spirit. So, you know, that's when,
That's
you know, we really buckled down and we started getting to work.
okay. Okay, wow, that's interesting. And yes, yes, rest in peace. And I never had the opportunity or the chance to meet your dad. So, but it's interesting enough, you look literally like your dad, like you are his twin. So I
Yes.
definitely see him in you.
Thank you. Yeah, I hear that a lot that I'm his twin, you know. People say me and Jason look alike, a lot alike. So, you know, yeah, but, you know, Jason, once again, Jason looked like my father. So,
That's one of those things how when you say, can't deny, can't deny.
yeah, exactly.
Tell me about what types of things did you do as far as preparation? Were you in talent shows, or was it just being around your family is what prepared you?
Um, I haven't, I started out doing talent shows in Indianapolis.
Well, come on now, tell me a little bit about that. I got to stop that because I'm a talent show person too. So, what talent show were you in?
You know, it was so long ago that I cannot even remember the information on it. I probably should have asked my older sister. I know she remembers. But yeah, I started out in a group called, what would we call it at the time? I remind you, I was like 6 or 7 years old. So
Oh, okay, okay.
yeah, we're called Black Diamond, and it was kind of had the same little feel as you know how what group can I compare it to? Okay, you remember Third Story when it first came out, where they had the youngest member kind of the lead, and the older members were in the back.
Okay.
So it was kind of like, you know, it had that type of feel to it. Trying to, or you can say the Jackson Five, because it's the same thing that they did with Michael and his brothers. So you know, um, so yeah, I started out doing talent shows in Indianapolis, and you know, um, when I left Indianapolis, you know, my father let me be a kid. He's like, no, you look, music, you can do music later on. Right now, a child needs to be in a child's place. So, you know, you go to school, play sports, and enjoy your childhood. You're going to be grown. So, you know, he always reminded me of that. So, you know, I kind of stopped doing the music when I moved to when I moved from Indianapolis. And I became a child, you know.
normal childhood
Yeah.
when it comes to the child versus the entertainment. Okay. Now, I'm gonna back it up a little bit because I have participated in local talent shows here, and again, like you said, you may not remember, but I was in Star Quest. I
Mhm.
was in Guy Black Talent Show. Then I also was in, and actually it was a local TV show here that gentleman named Mr. Paul Middlebrook. He started it out where local talent was there to showcase their talent. So I started out at a young age, like around eighth grade or so.
Okay.
So that's in my blood on the talent show, and that's why I want to make sure of actually how did you, what was your first platform? How did you actually get out there other than just saying, "Hey, I'm a product of my father." I
Right.
wanted to find out what exactly did you do in the very beginning. Um, Tell me a little bit about what was the first piece of the entertainment? Were you singing? Were you dancing? Were you rapping? Tell me a little bit about that journey.
The first piece, when I actually got into the industry, I was actually rapper slash singer. I've always been a rapper slash singer. Um, I was with a group called Young Platinum Assassins, who were signed under DPG, under corrupt DPG. Um, you know, we ended the group some 3 years because some things didn't go out as planned. Just the politics, whole politics of the thing. After that, I ended up going solo. Me and another member of YPA, his name's IP the Man. We ended up going solo and doing our thing from there. And we've always been independent after the situation with DPG because what I mean at the time. I understand my pops told me, this is just how the game goes. Your first time you get signed, it's not about you're not gonna win. So your job is to get the connections, make the connections you need, so your second time around won't be as rough as the first time. So I did that, listened to him, made the connections that I needed. Still got the same connections today. Still talk to the same people. So but yeah, that was when I really first got into the industry, and this what moved me to start the company that I have now. You know, after going through, a lot of people don't understand when you get money from a label, right? They think you can just go spend that money. They take that money not understanding that that money has to go towards your music, your video. So a lot of people don't have that understanding. So they think, oh, I made it. They pay me all this money, not realizing they're about to send you to the most expensive studios, the most expensive, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna get you the most expensive directors, and your money's gonna be gone in no time. So, got a little piece of that, and I seen that, and yeah, that's what made me move. Like, you know what? The music is different today. The industry is different. So, you know what I'm saying? I know with today, your popularity in the Edmonds, our name is very popular, and it gets people heard. So, and that's what I use it for.
Now I have to say this. Have you been getting any kind of feedback about, some people would probably say, writing your name, your namesake out? Have you gotten any type of feedback? Like, tell me a little bit about that. Have you gotten any people saying, "No, you shouldn't do that," or anything? Tell me, or it's all been encouraging? Tell me a little bit about the public as far as what type of, welcoming or not so welcoming have you received on that?
Well, I mean, from my family's aspect, I really can't answer that because I haven't spoken to my family a lot lately. So, but I will tell you from the fans aspect, um, there's no negative vibes been thrown, no shades been thrown. Everyone realized, this is just what it is. I mean, this is a legacy that not only my uncle but my father helped build. So in order to continue this legacy to go on, this is something. I'm an Edmonds also, so it's not like I'm just using someone else's name. You feel me? So and that's just what I mean. My dad has told me before he passed. And at first I didn't get it, you feel me? But it took for him, for me to sit back after his passing, and then I got it. Your name. And that's what I remember. You have a name. So.
Okay. Okay. Now tell me a little bit about the journey as far as that's concerned, because I know that Edmonds Music Inc., you guys provide a lot of services for your artists, but tell me about the experience that you're bringing to the table to provide that experience for someone else. So tell me about back when you were growing up and you were being in the industry and trying to get all that good knowledge. Tell me a little bit about what was a time where you realized, oh my gosh, why can't this be so fast? Or how come I can't just get and do this? Tell me a little bit about it, because you guys provide what, artist management, you provide artist development and things like that. So tell me a little bit about your journey, and then we'll go into what Edmonds Music Inc. actually provides.
Okay. Well, I remember in the beginning of my journey that, everyone thinks they're coming into the game and they're ready. No one's ready when they come into the industry. I mean, your Chris Browns, your Rihannas, your Beyonces, Jay-Z, no matter who you are, you're gonna need artist management, because what you think a lot of people think they know the industry and they really don't. You only know half of the industry. And so, you know, that's what I did learn coming in, and then you just gotta be patient. I mean, Rome. Look, Rome wasn't built in one day. You feel me? So, in order for somebody to build uh, a nice career with a good following, and especially if you want to have a career where you're an artist that lasts, you know what I'm saying? You don't want the just overnight success, because someone once said, overnight success takes 10 years. So, everyone thinks they can start this thing a year, 2 years ago, and then sign with someone and just blow up. It don't happen that way. You got to take that time. You got to, especially with today, it was a little easier before this whole social media thing. You feel me? Because then all you needed was go sign with a label, and the label will push you. Now you sign with a label. Yeah, the label can push you, but ultimately you got to do your own job by, connecting on social media. You gotta get your following up, and even today it's a popularity match. You feel me? Because if you go to a label with 20, 30,000, they're gonna look at you like you're crazy. Like, what are we supposed to do with this? First thing they tell every artist coming in the door, you have to get your following up. Now, what we do is, Edmonds Music, we accept you as you are, and and we help you. We have a PR program where you can get your following up. So that's just what it is. So.
Okay, well, I'm glad you spoke on this. So let's go ahead and get into Edmonds Music Inc. and tell everyone about it. Tell us about your artist. Tell us about what you want to achieve.
Okay, well, Edmonds Music, we've been together since January. It's been a fast-paced road. I know I just said a lot of times you gotta have patience, but no one expected it. You know what I'm saying? Everyone on my team expected for it to be a long ride. Everyone. So it's been a blessing that we're signed with Sony the Orchard. So that's a good thing, and that just happened recently, within the last week. So like I said, we didn't think it was gonna be as fast, but it happened pretty fast for us. And I remind you, it's only been 3 singles released from our label. So since January, so everyone's we're trying to make great music, and that's the reason why we're not just throwing anything out there. We do have, or I do have artists. I have artist named Chantel Soul, who's like more like I call her like a soul pop artist. We have another Edmonds that's part of our team also. She's an artist named Ali E. She's from
Oh,
Indianapolis. I'm pretty sure you've heard of her.
you know. I have. I have.
So yeah, she's an Edmonds music
Wow.
artist. We just picked up another artist. He go by the name of Eli B out of California. Um, and I'm talking to a couple of other people. What I'm really doing, I'm talking to right now. A big name, and he's been in movies and everything. So I'm hoping to bring him on to Edmonds music because everyone knows him, knows who he is. He was in like what was it? The Jackson 5 American Dream movie. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's a big name. So I'm in conversation with him and his sons to try to bring them on. Because you know you, what we're trying to do is we're trying to bring back R&B. So that's the main motive. And I'm not just including hip hop because I do both. You feel me? So, but on the hip hop side, what I'm trying to do is bring back that LL Cool J, that Heavy D type of music. Music was good.
Now, I know you can't just be doing this by yourself. So tell us a little bit about your team.
Okay, yeah. Well, I have an awesome team. On the production side, I have my main producer. He has his own production that's out of California. Also, he go by Marquise of Dirty Water Entertainment. He's originally from Louisiana. Um, I have, my beautiful wife, which she, what I'm saying, she's our PR, what I'm saying, she's anything as far as publicity, you know. My wife, Brianna Edmonds, um, she owns her magazine company, which is Ebony Lifestyle Magazine. Um, I have a A&R that's also out of California that goes by the name of Ramon, and he's awesome. What I mean? He does a great job, and we all try to keep it together. We're small, but we're mighty. So and that's the most important thing is keep it small, but be mighty.
Okay. So you touched on the PR, you touched on A&R, you touched on production. What about writing team? Do you write your own music? Does everybody
Oh,
write their own music? Tell me a
yeah,
little
we
bit about that.
all, as far as that, we all write our own music, and we help each other. That's because we understand it's a team effort. So maybe if I'm writing something that someone else, one of my other artists may have a suggestion, or my wife, or my A&R, because we all love music. That's the whole aspect of the company that I built is everyone love. We're music lovers first, you know, and then that's what makes us good at what we do as individuals and in our roles in this company. So we try to keep it. You know what I'm saying? My thing is taking curse words out. We don't want to use cuss words. You know what I mean? We're not using none of that. You feel me? G? We doing things the classy way. Just the way Edmonds has always done it. So.
Okay, now. Okay. Now, I think you also have somebody else on your team. You need somebody to play those
Oh,
hits
my
too.
DJ. Yeah, my DJ. Shout out to DJ Wiz.
Oh,
Look, I have so much blood in my mind right now. I forgot about it. Yeah, shout out to DJ Wiz. He's I think he's out of Maryland. Matter of fact, but
well,
yeah, he's been a DJ for a long time. So yeah.
now, with artist development, what are you doing with the artist? If you don't mind sharing it, just a little snippet of that, because obviously it's still a business for you. We don't want to give everything away. But
Yes.
what? Give us this little sample of what do you help the artists do when you're developing them?
Well, when we're developing the artists, we help them. We start with the image. You know what I'm saying? Your image has to be there. To a lot of artists come in with names that don't mean nothing. So what we try to do is we try to get them to come up with a name that means something ultimately, something that describes them. You know, when it comes and we get their talk about the social media, we try to what I'm saying, we get their following up, whether it's through magazine features, podcast features, we explained to them that they should need to spend a lot of time on social media connecting with fans. Because we're in a time now where fans like to feel like they've been a part of something. And right now, what I'm saying, I believe we were the first. I know there's a lot of digital artist management companies out there right now, but we are the first to launch before anyone else was doing it. So, and to be one that transitions over into an actual label now. We also have a great team on the back end with Stone Paxton, Alan from True, what I'm saying? There's just a couple of people, we have a great team on the back end that, that helps, and we try to get everything going. I check with them, on everything before we do anything with the artist because, as you know, Stone, he's been independent for a long time, and he's been rocking Sony independent for a long time. So, that's kind of like the Godfather to me. Any questions I have, I'll pick up the phone and call Stone about it. Because it's no industry. Yes, my family, but my family were mainstream before this new industry came in. You feel me? So a lot of things they don't have to go through and never did. You know what I mean? That we will have to go through. So that's only right that I connect with people that I can relate to on that aspect.
Mm-hmm. Now, I'm going to say this. Now, you have your artist, you have your team. What about moves, choreography? Because, I by the way, just so you know, I am a dancer and I love working with artists. So do you have someone that helps with the choreography? Do you need someone? Because
we actually, we don't have that yet, and we actually do need some choreographers. I just spoke to my wife about that this past week. I think it's important that we have that for music videos, shows, and stuff like that. I mean, because artists, we have our hands full with the production and the recording and getting the music ready. So that's definitely something that we're talking about right now. Also, we are also we have a door for actors and models also. So we got our hands in filming also. So
okay, well, for a production that just started up in January, you guys have got your hands full.
Well, like I said, everything happens so fast, and it's a blessing, because a lot of the connections we do have on when it comes to the filming and stuff like that. A lot of those connections kind of just fell in our lap one day. You feel me? It was just like woke up one morning and someone's like, "Hey, hit me up." And, everyone wants to be part of something that they see has potential. So.
Hmm. I appreciate the fact that you mentioned earlier that you guys are not using any cuss words. Now, whew, that is, wow, that's amazing. Now, I'm not saying that it can't be done, but I see a need for getting back to the basics.
Well, that's the whole thing. Because if I believe as a writer that if you can't write a song without cursing, your vocabulary is not up to par. You have a million ways you can say something. So that's why I was like, let me be big on this no cursing thing. Try to keep it clean. So they can call us the Will Smith, not the Will Smith of the, what I'm saying, of the label. So, but that's all right because guess what? Will Smith never had a cussing word, one song to sell.
Come on now, come on. We can still do things clean.
Yes, we can.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Well, now I know you have some songs out yourself.
Yes.
Go ahead and tell us a little bit about those songs.
I have Around the World that was released through Edmonds, that we released through Edmonds Music, and I also have the most recent Between Them Sheets that was released. Around the World, I mean that it was fun because it had not only myself, it had my brother on it. So it was something that was last minute. You know what I mean? We just came up with as we had we have certain dates. Everyone has a date. What I'm saying? A date that their project is due to where they have to release. It was a mix up at that point to where we had to throw an audible. Me and my brother we you know what I'm saying, we was like, forget it, we're gonna do it then. We'll do the song, we'll put it out. You know, we did the song together, we put it out. Then, you know, he came up the next week, and then I came up right after that, and that's when, you know, he came up with his song the next following week. Then right after that, you know, so yeah, Between Them Sheets released literally like, I want to say 3, maybe 4 weeks after Around the World.
Okay. Now, which one do you like better? Do you like to sing? Do you like to rap? Which one do you like to do better? Which one do
My
you prefer
love,
to?
see, my love for singing and rapping are equal. You feel me? So yeah, I'm just as much as a rapper as a singer. Only difference is I started out as a singer. I fell in love with hip hop at the age of 12. You know, so um, yeah. So my love for hip hop has is the same. Honestly, I feel out of those two songs, my favorite, I would say Between Them Sheets is my favorite songs.
Mine's too.
So.
I like it. It's a little edgy,
Hmm.
little sexy edgy,
Right,
but not
right.
not edgy. I mean, I like it. You can vibe to. You can do a lot with that song. So
Appreciate
that's my
that.
favorite one too. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah. Again, total package. Can you dance?
Look, I can't I can't freestyle dance, but I can learn choreography, and I'm
Okay.
fine. If I learn the choreo, if I'm given the choreography, I can learn it, and I look like Chris Brown out there. But going out there just freestyle dancing, yeah, that's something I cannot do. I don't understand it, but
What? You mean you're gonna be doing some Carlton, or you gonna be just doing a two step when you out there when you
if
do
I go out
freestyle?
there and freestyle dancing, I just gonna have to two step
Okay, now
it.
that's smooth move.
Yep,
Now,
just like that.
now describe individually the music that each one of your artists you have right now. Are they so? Now I know you told me about one artist, but kind of give me a recap. This artist is this. This artist is that. Tell me.
Okay. Okay, so the Ali E, she's strictly R&B. You know, she's straight R&B to the point. You know what I'm saying? Chantel Soul, she's soul slash pop. Yeah, I guess you could say that's R&B, but R&B with a poppy, you know what I'm saying, sound to it. So, you know, Eli B. Right now, we're going through. He's actually in a situation of going through vocal lessons with me right now. So at this moment, he hasn't released anything, but I can tell by his vocals, that you might get, we'll probably end up getting like a new version of Drake out of him,
Okay.
which not
Is your goal?
bad.
No, no. Is your goal to have someone on your roster that can actually appeal to each ear or the vast majority of each ear?
Yes, ma'am. That's the whole goal.
Okay, so I can see some country coming down the line then?
Yes, ma'am. You see country, punk rock. I mean, if it sounds good, I'm with it. That's the whole thing. You know what I mean? I'm all about what sounds good, and it definitely has to be a vibe. If it's a vibe, then yeah, we can definitely talk.
You touched bases a little bit with working with someone on your song. Now, have you worked with anyone else on any of your specific projects before?
Hmm. When I was just an independent artist before starting this company up, I had a song called Mufasa with Roddy Rich right before he blew up. I mean, Um, I had I've done some back music, back vocals for other various artists like Travis Scott, Chris Brown. You know, let me think of somebody else. Since
Well,
Travis Scott, Chris Brown,
I mean, you named two popular people,
Tory.
so those are good as
Oh
well.
yeah, shout out to Tory Lanez. Also, I did some work with him in the past. Also,
Wow. Okay. Okay. Wow. All right. So you're definitely coming into this picture with some kind of experience, with a lot of experience underneath
yes,
your
ma'am.
belt. Okay. Now, one other thing I want to say this. which do you like? If you were to go to a restaurant and you're saying, hey, wifey, let's go here. What's your first place that you would want to go to? What restaurant would you pick?
If it was my choice, oh, I love Greek and Indian food, so that would be something Greek. Honestly, would be my first choice. I know it's not her first choice, but my first choice would be yeah, something Greek.
Okay. When you're not behind that Edmonds Music Inc. and all of those good things that are coming out of the production, what are you guys doing for a good fun time?
Um, for a fun time, we might sit back, order some food or something, and watch Tubi or something. I mean, we really don't get out like that, just because we know what's out there and we don't want to be a part of what's going on out in the streets. So we tend to stay in home. Everything we do, like her office for her magazine company, is here. You feel me? The recording studio is here. You feel me? So we're more in home than out. You feel me?
Yes.
So that's just where we're at with it. We have the mindset to where we have goals right now. We have places we're trying to hit. We have things we're trying to do. So once we get all this stuff done, then we can go ahead and take a vacation. But right now, we're 100% into our companies.
Now, before we go on, I'm going to grab some comments here. So, number one, thank you guys for showing up, commenting, and supporting not only the Candy Show platform, but thank you so much for supporting Edmonds Music Inc. So, thank you so much, guys. I'm going to get through some of the comments. We're not going to be able to get through all of them. But, Mr. Melvin Jr., tell us a little bit about what we can expect here soon from Edmonds Music Inc. What you guys got coming up?
Well, we're getting ready to release the first Edmonds Music mixtape called The Takeover. Um, so yeah, you're gonna hear a few songs that we previously have released from artists. So it's just gonna be a big collaboration, and have a couple other artists that I'm actually speaking to regarding adding on to the music. Just what I'm saying. This is something we just do together to promote. So it's not just Edmonds Music artists. It's also various artists outside of Edmonds Music that needs the exposure. So.
Well, great, great. Tell everyone how they can reach you, book you, want to get on your team. Tell us a little bit about how they can follow you.
Okay, if you need to reach me, book me, anytime you can hit us, hit up the website at Edmonds Music Inc. I'm sorry, yeah, at Edmonds Music Inc. And or you can follow me on social media. That's Melvin Edmonds Jr. on Facebook, Melvin Edmonds on Facebook, Edmonds Music on Facebook, or also Melvin Edmonds Jr. on Instagram, Melvin Edmonds Jr. on this new Thread app. So definitely get to me there.
Thank you so much for mentioning that because I was going to say that too. The Candy Talk Show is on there.
Yeah, I saw you earlier.
Now, you're going to have to come on back to Indianapolis. So there you go. You have an open invitation.
I'm definitely gonna come back. It's gonna be in the near future. I have to can't spend too much time away from home. I definitely have to at least step on the ground out there and say, yeah, I went back. So.
Okay, well, open arms, you have my welcoming. Well, let's go ahead and get to some of these comments. And now, like I said, I'm not going to be able to get to them all. So first of all, shout out to your entire team. Let's shout out because everybody's in here. So let's see. I saw your DJ in here. Definitely seen your wife in here. And forgive me because names are kind of, now what's her name again?
My wife is Brianna. She goes by Brooklyn Baby Bree.
Yes. Okay. Steve is in the building.
DJ Wiz, yes.
Okay. We have a lot of people in the building. So I just want to say some things. I'm not going to be able to get to all of them. Brianna's definitely on here doing her thing. She's making sure that you guys are, being definitely well lifted up. She has everything going on. Congratulations for the label and Sony. And there's just a lot of great comments here. So I appreciate you all here. If there's anything else that you want to say, somebody said amazing family all the way around. Um, Someone said that's real music without cussing. That's Rhonda. Got you. Hometown Rhonda. Grown folks music. So, definitely a vibe. Edmonds. Wow. So you guys are definitely, have some support here on the Candy Show. Is there anything else that you want to make sure that you tell everyone that we have not covered, that you want to make sure you get out there and let them know?
Only thing is we're always looking for artists, to manage. So if there's any more artists in Indianapolis, or anywhere else for that case that needs the help and actually wants to go somewhere with this music, then definitely give us a holler. Besides that, no, I mean we're all good. There's nothing else to mention. Shout out to my wife's company, Ebony Lifestyle Magazine.
Shout out to everyone once again that's in the building. Shout out to everyone that is part of Edmonds Music Inc.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Mr. Melvin Edmonds Jr., CEO and founder of Edmonds Music Inc., singer, songwriter, producer, and he says he can dance just a little bit. So I'm going to add a dancer there. He's a choreographer. So guys, I just thank you so much once again for your time. Make sure everyone, once again, check this out. If you are not on YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube page. That is capital C and the number 2 at the end. That is Candy Productions 2. Subscribe, put your notifications on, like, follow, share, comment. Also, once again, Candy Talk Show on Instagram. Once again, put your notifications on there because all future live shows will be on there if we're doing Instagram Live. But guess what? They have a new platform out, Thread. You can find us on there at Candy Talk Show. So, Mr. Melvin Jr., I thank you so much for once again your time today. And I'm definitely going to want to see you real soon. And we'll conversate off the live because I feel like I can help you there with some moves.
Okay. Thank you for having me on.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.